What up, world? Welcome. This is another episode of What's in Your World. I'm your host. Well, I guess I should say my name.
You're about to say my name, and I was like, I'm not your host.
Peep the Perp, a.k.a. SlimeT, a.k.a. Young Limes, a.k.a. Peep the Perp, the second and third.
Where do you come up with this shit?
Dude, the aquatic pineapple. I've had several names in my lifetime. Slim Jim, Slim Shady, the real Slim Shady.
Like all my names at least have to do with my name.
Yeah, well, I mean, all of these have to do with my name as well, aside from the Peep, the Perp ones.
I was gonna say.
Any of it, like Lil Perpy.
What about
the purple ones?
Ocean pineapple you said?
Oh, the aquatic pineapple.
Aquatic pineapple.
That's just a reference to SpongeBob.
See, that's not anything to do
SpongeBob's
with your
household.
name.
Well, yeah, you're right, but that one, SpongeBob resonated with me.
All right, I'll go with it.
But like, you get it, the aquatic pineapple, like that's his house.
Yeah,
It's
no,
a
no,
pineapple under the
which
sea.
is fair, and I love that. I do.
I thought it was pretty creative. I did that in middle school for sure.
Okay, I like it. It's
Yeah,
creative.
yeah.
I'll give that.
So, welcome. I'm your host. my
Pete the Perp.
my co-host here is. This camera angle has got to be the best.
I like it, man.
It's so funny. It makes you look like you're the producer, and it's like just like that weird camera angle that's just like happens to be there.
Yes, they just
You know?
like put it over on the side.
Yeah,
and it's totally
yeah.
like their fifth camera.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Jamie and Joe Rogan, and then like every podcast nowadays.
For
has
sure.
that,
They
for
all
sure.
have the extra camera
Yeah.
showing the people off scene.
Yeah.
For sure. All right,
So-
so what are we talking about?
I have no idea. I was about to ask you that.
Shit. I don't know what we're going to talk about, Got nothing off the top of my head unless you just want me to, like, legitimately. You know what? I have to ask because I meant to ask earlier. And this, you need to download it on your phone.
I
And
have
you-
it on my phone.
And you do yours and I'll just do mine kind of a thing. That's later on. How did your shit go this weekend? How did everything go?
Oh, it was awesome actually.
Yeah, it all went well?
Yeah, if you were watching us last week, I was quite stressed. I was quite tense. My shoulders, you could even see on camera, my shoulders were a little.
You were. For sure.
But yeah, everything went well. I have a funny story though.
All right.
Friday we do our like little ballers, so like they're 3 to 5 year olds. Okay.
3 years old. So
Yeah, there's a couple 3-year-olds running around. 3 to 6, really. And there's this one kid who's been troublesome in the past, but anyways, I'm like explaining something real quick. I've got like me and 2 other coaches like running like 3 little 2v2 courts, so we're just playing games. And within the time that I quickly explained something and we moved on to the next game, the other coach was like, "Hey, he spit on the court." Or he didn't even like have to say that really. He kind of just like pointed to the kid and he was kind of like, and there's this kid like just spitting like not directly on the court, like on himself first. It was
This is raunchy. How old?
5.
Like, what are you doing, kid?
Yeah, there's been several other instances, but
What'd you do to the kid?
well, because he's caused problems in the past, and like he kind of, you can tell he wants that attention.
Yeah.
So
like 5.
with kids like that, I'll tend to just like what I did was I just pulled him out and I just sat him next to me and I didn't acknowledge him.
Yeah.
I just like he was done. He knew because when a kid gets in trouble enough times, he knows what's coming.
Yeah.
Talking to a this or that.
Yeah.
I know because I was,
Yeah.
I was like the most troublesome kid in my family, and so
Me too.
I've seen it, and I know how it is to be on that side. So don't give him the attention. And the kid actually he showed some remorse to me after.
Yeah.
Which usually it would be like,
Whatever. Don't
eyes
care.
rolled. He doesn't, so.
He's there for a reason.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, everything went well though.
Yeah, that was like the most.
Which that's kind of normal.
Yeah. No, that's a normal Friday for you.
With kids and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But like Thursday, I was there 10:30 to 12, and then got a break, which I was dog sitting at the time too. So during like the same day all this work stuff started was the same day I started dog sitting, and they ended simultaneously as well. So like Monday was when everything was done. So
Does it feel good now to be on the other end?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, all that stress is gone.
So I'm like, I'm nice and relaxed, but I totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, so I had a little break, and then from 2:30 to 11-ish, I was there doing camp, and then 3v3 league, and then pickup, which
Some long days, man.
I ended up playing while running pickup,
Oh, nice, legit.
which was a extraneous
Yeah.
task.
Because you've got to play and keep your mind on the watch
Well,
and the
yeah,
clock
I'm
and
like-
what's going on with the timing and
And
everything.
then I had to go get the person. Like I would have to give the music phone to somebody because music's all the way up while we're playing.
Yeah.
So I had to like read the game, like back away, make sure balls were off on both courts, and then I could turn the music down and scream subs.
Yeah.
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 And there were a couple times when like it was like heat of the moment in a game, and I don't have it like buzzing at me when the game's over. So like on one of the games it was like 15 minutes as opposed to 10 because I just
Fitbit.
yeah, it's a Fitbit. I really like it.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks it's an Apple Watch.
It looks a lot like one, but I worked there, so I have that eye for it now.
Yeah.
So like I could just tell, like, man, it's tricking me,
Yeah,
and it
it's
looks
not.
like one, but I know that's not an
Yeah,
Apple
it doesn't
Watch.
have like the little circle thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this does everything I need it to.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's the thinness. I need them to be thinner, all of them. I don't give a shit. Like you can
You
be
think
like,
it's too like chunky here.
it's too chunky.
See,
and
it doesn't
people-
bother me. It's a
yes,
watch.
yeah.
I'm used to wearing actual watches, so when you go
I
from
don't
a
even like
real
those
watch,
big chunky watches. That's why I don't wear watches. I need that
See,
shit to be thin.
you want like bands like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Those Fitbit bands are awesome.
They're nice.
I
Mallory
had
has one. And
my
like
charger broke. I need to get a new charger because then
I like my Samsung one. It's super thin.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
really
true.
nice, and it's the best one I've ever had. But I just want them thinner. They're too thick, you know.
I'm sure they'll come out. I'm sure there's one out there that's super thin.
They're
You
not
can find.
actually. It's really hard to find them. For
Really?
the shit out of this, yeah.
Dang.
There's a couple of technology like gadgets that I go and I keep an eye on for years. Another one I just purchased is a digital notebook.
Wait, describe it because I just got one too.
Oh man, this is called the Remarkable 2,
Okay.
and it's e-ink. So all you can do is read PDFs. It's black and white, no backlit screen. All you can do is read PDFs, and it's really designed for a little stylus that you write on and you take notes with, and it's all digital. And you can like convert those notes into, God, I hate this bug. Got 'em. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. It's summer in Alabama. This is what we're
Man,
dealing
that
with.
bug is good, dude.
Yeah.
I'll
Did
give
he
it
get
to
away?
him.
Did he get
He
away?
got away.
Oh, that's insane.
He was,
He was gone for a bit.
Yeah, he was, and then he came back. He should know better. Anyways, so that's what mine was. Okay, that's what mine is. It's in the mail right now on its way to me, and it's supposed to be like the most paper-like feel to write on, and so like that's really. I have a lot of journals for like decades now, or like decades, over a 15 years. I've probably been keeping journals, and I
Yeah.
even have like the years active in the back of all of them. And like I got deep, dude. There's like one or two that if you read through, you wouldn't know anything that I'm talking about because like all names and dates were all coded in a code that only I would know how to decipher.
Got you.
You know, because like that stuff became personal. For the most part, though, it's all about like plans on things or businesses or ideas of something I want to build or something like that. So I thought, let's get a digital notebook.
Nice.
I finally have a little extra money, and I'm going to do it because I'm trying to upgrade my technological life side of
Okay,
things.
yeah.
I haven't done it. So like,
That was on
I want
the
to get
list.
away from paper. I tend to stop wanting to use them because all my ideas go into all these notebooks, and I would like to condense them all into one place. And this seems like the best idea.
Yeah,
I
that's
wanted
a
just
good
a
idea.
pin that no matter what I write on, it's digitally copying what I
Whoa.
write.
Whoa.
And they have these, but you have to have a special notebook.
Ah.
And I just wanted to write on anything. So, like,
Yeah.
that's why I went with this one. Anyways,
That's
What do you-
that's really cool. I got a Rocket book, which is like it's actually a book, and you
Okay.
just write on it, and then at the bottom corner of it, it has a QR code, and in the app, it has an app, and you just scan it, and it turns into a PDF. And so I had a Zoom meeting for my team. Yeah, yeah. I had a Zoom meeting for my team, and I wanted to show them what a example session would look like. And I always draw out my sessions anyway, so I just drew it out and then took pictures of it. And it was like PDFs, and I shared it and then ended up emailing it to them, showed it to them on the Zoom, and it was really cool. And I'm definitely going to use that.
So,
as a
do you have to have a
tool.
special pen or anything?
Nope.
And it's just normal paper?
Yep.
And do you take a picture of the whole thing or just the QR code and that's it?
No, a picture of the whole thing.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. I'm like,
Yeah.
how the hell does a piece of paper know how to digitize
No.
that? So I was trying to figure out in my head, how does
That
this
would be
really work,
crazy,
right?
though.
But I still think that you just put a pen in your hand, write on anything you want.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
And
going to be a thing.
They're
it's
trying,
not.
but it's really not easy so far. The only one that I've seen that's close enough is that you have to have a little bar that you clip onto the top of the piece of paper or the notebook, and the bar scans the paper while you're writing on any pen you want. You just need that bar, and you can put that and have any pen. But you still need this. I don't know. I don't like that idea. So that way I just thought let's just go with the whole notebook. But that's cool, man. I like the way that this one works. I have to look at it real quick.
Okay.
So do you like it though?
I've only used it a couple times because it's not necessary, but I've used it probably.
Which one you got? The Core, the Fusion, the Mini?
I'd have to look.
I guess they're all just different sizes of the same thing.
I think the Fusion maybe. I don't know.
This is the future though.
Yeah, my
this is
mom,
where things are going.
Yeah, so
you
my mom works at the hospital, and she got one for all the doctors, and they use it every day.
No shit.
Yeah.
No
Because
shit.
my mom, my mom, she's a very proactive thinker.
Yes, for sure. Yes, especially in
And-
management and
You know what? I have to tell you this. So they couldn't find a team manager for my team, so they asked my mom to start things off, and she said yes. So
Wait, what team?
my mom is going to be my team manager for the start of the year.
Which team?
You're
the team that
I
you're
coach.
coaching?
The team
what?
I coach. Yeah. Because none of the
Wow.
parents were willing to do it.
How do they know about her?
Are you kidding me?
I guess it's just random parents, right?
Well, Kat is my boss. And Amy Disco is the one. Is
now
the
you're pulling it all
registrar.
together. I thought it was
And
random
Amy-
parents of kids that were your mom. You
Yeah.
know, how the hell would they be tied to your mom?
No. Amy Disco's mom knew my mom really
Yeah,
well.
for sure. Well, if you're in the soccer world as
Yeah.
a professional coach or something like that,
Right.
then you probably know your mom at some point in time. I would agree with that. I was thinking about random parents being like, "We need your mom," and I was like, "What the hell?"
That would be funny though.
What? How?
They-
but
they- after this, they will.
yeah, this is for sure. And I don't blame people. She could manage any team. She could do that for any team at any time.
And what's really going to end up happening is she's just going to show me the ropes, and I'll be able to do everything, which would be very nice.
It's very beneficial.
Imagine if I don't ever have to deal with a team manager ever again, because I just do that myself.
God, that would be the dream, man. That would be the dream.
You're doing a bunch of free work, but
Even though the team manager sets up parties for you
that's true.
and things like that,
That's true. That's true.
you're not really supposed to do.
Right.
They're supposed to be the team captain of the parents that
Yeah,
kind of
that's true.
bridge that gap.
That's true.
And so you've almost severed that gap, and you're
Yeah.
monopolizing the whole thing.
Monopolizing a youth soccer team. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's true, man.
What is going on with this thing, man?
Is it didn't connect? It needs to
It's not
reconnect.
connected. It says disconnected.
Yeah, so you got to go back. Got to say connect. Then you got to go back over.
I think I definitely have this app.
You need to download it, man.
We're all over the place tonight, aren't we?
That's what we do.
It is indeed.
Another technology that I look into, and this is another one that I've been looking at for a long, long time, is wireless electricity. I
Okay.
want wireless electricity. I want to
Wireless electricity is what Tesla created, right?
yes, but that could kill you version. if he legit came out with the version of what he had done. Now, like, if you'd let him keep going and that tech to keep going, you probably could have refined this into what we're putting it into today very quickly and way faster. Yes.
That's possible that they did that, though.
But he
stole
lit a light bulb like a mile away from his generator or whatever. That's insane. And this is like 1800 something. This is not like last year. This is a long time ago. Yeah. So, like, he definitely proved this is possible. So, like, yes. What I think is, like, one day you're going to pay for wireless electricity the same way that you pay for, like, internet service or your cell phone service. It's just everywhere you go. Your phone will be connected to the internet and charging at, like, the same time everywhere you go. Because your car won't need a battery or, like, any of the shit because it'll just...
That's free energy. That's the idea of free energy, though, right?
You're going to pay for it. It's going to be subscription
Well,
service.
but, like, free energy meaning
it's
accessible
freely
accessible to
your
everybody.
home will just be powered by an internet source. You know what I'm saying? Like, you won't have to have a wire connected to it anymore.
Do you think that this could be a starting point to, like, something? Because when you talk about this, it makes me think about, would there really be third world countries anymore? And, like, the word third world countries is a silly concept already, I think.
But you just mean, generally speaking, generations behind.
You're putting so many places, you're giving opportunity to so many places in the world to benefit from it.
All right, so I guess my way of thinking about this one is, how did you make this happen? So Elon Musk having a satellite system above the Earth that gives everybody on globally the internet, yes. Now you're truly helping third world countries.
Okay.
But, like, I think of wireless electricity will be more... It could maybe get to that point one day, sure. We will be dead, long dead, before that happens. I think more it'll be like Verizon building out towers all over the place. So, like, oh man, my city just got wireless electricity because the company just came and built out the infrastructure for it. So in that situation, no. How does Verizon help any other country but America? It doesn't. So, like, on one sense, we can get there.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But we're not there yet, kind of a thing. We wouldn't be there immediately. You know, just like the internet. Internet was only in the, like, universities that had tons of freaking money to pay for it, and then it just grew. Now everybody's got it in the country.
And now when you think about it, universities have shit.
Yeah, they got dog shit internet, you know? Like, I also think, though, that, like, this is something that's being held back heavily, and we should be way further along than where we are right now. We have the ability. It should be there. This is not a question. You can think about it this way. For about 500 megabytes, I know this doesn't make total sense, but just there's reference numbers here. Okay. For 500 megabytes download speeds, I pay about $60 to $80 range. That's generally what you'll pay in our market, okay? Google was coming into these markets, and they were charging for 1,000 megabytes download. That's twice the speed, and it's fiber, so you get the upload side of that too, but we won't get into that. $25, $35 a month.
What?
So you get twice the speed for half the cost.
And it's...
Why aren't we there yet? Why are we not there yet? Why am I still paying $500?
But how is Google doing that?
They were laying fiber down everywhere. Now, they were doing
it for themselves.
Everybody's doing it for themselves.
Well, no, I know what you mean.
But yes, and they were going at this for profit, and they were paying a lot of money to have this installed. The reason why they stopped in most cities... The laws in those cities are regulated so that it's so expensive to try to come in. You might as well not even try.
Well, yeah, because Alabama Power, Southern Power Company.
Well, they have a total monopoly.
Yeah, and they wouldn't allow. No. You don't think they would allow that?
This is why I get mad at the government sometimes. It's like, dude, you tell me you don't want monopolies, but then you just totally grant them
everywhere.
You granted this company a monopoly. Like, it's just like a government-backed monopoly. What the hell is that? You know,
what is the Federal Reserve again?
Oh, dude, no, they have the Treasury. That's like how they're like, no, we got this other, but like they work together. They're just like hand in hand.
Is like a soccer club has a board.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
They're a part of it. Okay, they're benefiting from it too. You know?
Yes, I would totally agree with that. You know, yeah, that's kind of how I see that. So like, I don't think those countries will really get that. You know?
Interesting.
What's the technology you're excited about?
Self-driving cars.
Oh,
I have had like a reoccurring dream where I am sitting in the back seat passenger right? So across behind the passenger seat of a self-driving car getting on to 65 from 459.
Oh, okay. I like it.
I've seen it, visioned it.
It's coming.
You know,
That'll be
it's
in your
coming.
lifetime.
And that's, I'm excited for that.
For sure. I think cars are going to turn into like rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody
so much
will. They won't.
personalization.
For sure. You'll get in. Everybody will be facing in towards each other. You might have a table in the center. It's going to be more like a pontoon boat than it will be a car facing forward everywhere. And that's really cool. And like your windows will probably be like screens that are transparent.
Well, like, and you think about it, like people who commute and stuff to work, that's going to be like their office on the way to the office, like that's where they'll be able to have breakfast in the morning,
All right, so here's my next question then. All right, I've thought a lot about this one.
Okay.
If cars created suburbs because people could actually move out of the city but still have a way to commute back in with ease, suburbs were created sometimes around the 1950s.
Okay.
All right, this is when this all boomed.
Okay.
Otherwise, you were pretty much rural farms or a city.
Right.
That was like your options.
Yeah.
Driverless cars will allow people, theoretically in my head, to go further out because now their commute is not quite the same anymore.
Right.
People only commute as far as you're willing to drive.
People will be willing to go a lot further.
So what's after the suburb? There's going to be city, suburb, X, farm rural areas. What is that area? What are we creating next? What are we about to witness everybody being an hour away from the city? But that's major area because you just get in your car and hang out and ride in. Have internet, TV, whatever you want. It's totally, you can sleep. How great would that be? If you drive into work, I just roll out of bed, go get in my car, roll back into bed, and go to sleep for an hour while my car sits in traffic for me, Like, so, what do you see that turning into?
I haven't really thought about it that far, to be honest.
That's fair.
I just think I'll enjoy the simply looking out my window without having
You're
to
thinking of the
control
road trip
anything.
side of things.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people will never be okay with self-driving cars because they like the control of being behind the wheel.
For sure.
And sure, there's something to be said for that. I like driving. I really like driving.
I like to believe I'm a better driver than a car could. I mean, an AI could be, I like to believe this.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm not that greedy or power hungry. I don't need to be in control all the time.
For sure.
And so I'm willing to just sit back and cruise.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll enjoy most.
Yes. Amen to that. This is when I heard this question, it put all of this in perspective for me. And I'm going to wrap this back around by asking this question. And this should probably be some of my last stuff. If there was something that we invented and it could change the world, everybody in the world, it would make you and everybody else more your life is going to exponentially become better, more wealthier. Just everything about life and everybody's going to be better. But 40 to 50,000 people a year are going to have to die for it. Do you give that technology out? Do you do it?
Oh, man.
It's tough, right?
It is a tough question morally.
Yeah.
But then you go down to the numbers of it. And this is why I feel like a lot of people hate on people like Elon Musk and stuff like this.
Because they think like this.
Things in numbers.
Yes.
For sure.
For
The way Elon Musk talked about COVID was freaky.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he wasn't worried about it
It's
at all.
an emotional detachment
Exactly.
from what reality is and thinking about just the numbers and statistics of what things are.
Right.
And I don't argue with him.
A lot more people are dying a year.
For sure.
And
But we also have
you
a
would
lot
have
more
to
people.
think about also is this technology keeping more people
in the
alive
long term, alive
for longer? Because I don't know what this thing is.
Yeah.
Because that thing might be keeping.
The answer is yes, but you don't know this until
750,000 lives a year. Maybe it's saving that.
All right. So what it is the car.
Whoa.
it kills about 40 to 50,000 people a year. But look what it did for everybody.
Wow.
And it was an evolutionary period to get to driving.
I really had no idea you were going there.
Right? Did you like that one? When you phrase it like this, it makes you really think about the whole thing. And you're like, really, I'm have torn on this whole idea.
Yeah.
And then you suddenly realize, like, oh shit, this is the car that you can't even imagine not having now. But every year, over 40,000 people die from that shit. So, makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do you think people are living longer because of cars, though?
Yes, I think it is. It has increased all of life
Okay.
so much that we're all benefiting in ways that it's
No, I see
sadly
what
it's
you mean.
almost worth
Yeah.
the tragic statistic that comes along with it.
Yeah. Because also, too, if you took a poll and asked people, like, if you could, would you take away cars? There's going to be very few people that say yes.
For sure. And honestly, I think Chase had the best answer to this one when I posed him this question. And he said, no, I would not allow this technology. And I said, well, then you're against the car. And he said, you're damn right I am. And I thought,
Wow.
You now live in an idealistic world, Chase. And I don't blame him for this one. The way he kind of made it was like, we need to invest into infrastructure of public transit. You shouldn't make people rely on a car.
Yeah.
And if you had the other option, then this would all be a non-thing.
That's so true.
I agree. It was never going to happen in our country. We're too big. We're too spread out. This is too much money. You don't see it happen. We're too free. There's no money to be made here.
Well, yeah, that's what I would say, too, is cars are more of a lucrative business than public transport.
Yes.
And America is built on lucrative businesses.
For sure.
However silly they may be.
Whatever you agree or disagree.
I see what you're saying. Like, if there was public transportation for everybody in America, there would be no need for cars. And the car industry is one of the largest industries in the world.
Ford started all of this, and it would kill everything.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
No, but
this is where I say we at least got to driverless cars.
Yeah.
So we're getting out of that crap. And
That's
we're
true.
going to see way less deaths now.
Yeah.
And everybody can still have a personal vehicle if they choose to.
Yeah.
So best of both worlds there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Weird question, right? When you suddenly think about this whole thing.
It really is.
Yeah, I like that.
It really is.
Good job, Reddit.
Yeah. Thanks, Reddit.
Thanks, Reddit. Anyways, let's
let's go hit the gym, man.
I would like that.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for joining us again on What's in Your World. And we'll catch you next time. Any last thoughts, Shay? Chat. Wow.
You almost did it. That's okay. We were just talking about Ches.
How about
You
Ches?
better say Ches.
Ches.
That's what everybody my old job used to call me.
Ches.
Because my scrum master used to call me Ches Romeo, and I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, actually. So then everybody just started calling me that.
Ches.
Yeah. Anyways, no, I don't have anything else to say. We're
All right.
good.